Molly and the show. Osip Castle is putting on a show up at the castle. They are arranged supplies to be delivered. Not only the three castle engines, Steve and Minnie and Glenn were busy, but some of the Fat Controller's engines were bringing supplies there. From narrow gauge railway to standard gauge railway. One day in Natford Station, the Fat Controller will call Molly and Neville there. Molly, Neville, I need you two for drops up at Osip Castle. So you two are to take supplies and pastures there. Neville, I want you to collect your supplies. Molly, I will be giving you both pastures and supplies to collect. I want you to collect pastures first with some coaches, and then you can go and pick up the supplies. Yes, sir, said the two engines. Your supplies will be at Crowan's Gate, aka James's Station on James's branch line. I will have them shunted for you. To you. Neville, you should go and pick up your goods first from there, including you collect the pastures, Molly. After that, Molly, I need you to pick up your supplies from James Station after Neville. Yes, sir, said the two engines. And Toby will also be helping. He'll be bringing pastures and trucks together to combine both of them, since he did that on his old line, as well as when we have the World Tomorrow Festival. Will you two do that job? Yes, sir, said the two engines. And with that, the Fat Controller walked away. Ooh, I wonder what show is going to be up at Osip Castle tonight, Pete Marley. It should be interesting, said Neville. Anyways, I better collect my supplies from Crowan's Gate, and I better pick up my passenger train delivered to Osip Castle, then pick up my supplies. Well, don't try and rush yourself, said Neville. See you at the show, Molly. See you, Neville. And Neville puffed away. Alright, Molly, you can do this. And she puffed away. At Crowan's Gate, Neville puffed in. He saw Duncan and Rusty there with flatbeds. Hello, you two, he said. What's with the flatbeds? Oh, hey, Neville, said Rusty. We were just bringing some supplies that arrived at the wharf today. Aye, said Duncan. We are. We had to bring them here so that they could be on you and Molly's goods trains to the castle. So, you couldn't took it yourselves, could you? You think we're lazy, that is. I have you. Okay, Duncan, said Rusty. Calm down now. Oh, sorry about Duncan. He just hates when someone tells him that. We actually told to bring them here so maybe we can get to our other jobs for the show. And while these did came from the wharf, it's just what we deliver, that's all. So it's just more supplies. They're already in your goods train in the yards that I was shunting. Oh, I see, said Neville. Well, see you later this evening at the show. And Neville puffed away. See you at the show, said Rusty. Aye, laddie. We will, said Duncan. In the yards, Ivor was just shunting Neville and Molly's trains into the goods sheds. There we go. Both trains are finished, he said. He saw Neville puffing in. Oh, hello, Neville, said Ivor. Hey, Ivor. Well, is James not around? No, he's busy out on his branch line. He might be back before going to the show. Oh, I see, said Neville. I could see you have Molly's trains ready. Yep. Yeah, I do. Is she taking a passenger train? Yes. Fat Controller's orders. She has to deliver pastures to the castle, so then pick up her train. Anyways, I take it you might be going to the show tonight? You betcha, said Ivor. Well, can't wait to see it. I wonder what it'll be about. Same here, said Neville. Anyways, I have to go. The show can't stop at our supplies, can it? No, indeed it can't, said Ivor. See you at the show tonight, Ivor. Oh, see you there as well, Ivor. And Neville puffed away. Soon, Neville arrived at the castle. So Toby was there helping out to ask some goods trucks for supplies. Bill and Ben were there shunting trucks and helping out with the preparations. When Neville puffed in. "Hello, you tree," he said. "Hey, Neville," said the tree engines. "Where's the castle engines? I thought they were doing the decorations." "Oh," said Bill. "Well, they'll just take some tours around the castle and the dinosaur park, including the jungle park that was built." "Aye," said Ben. "They are." "Oh, what for?" "Never. It's just to keep them hyped before the show tonight," said Bill. "That's why me and Bill were called here. He would help with the preparation while they take tours around the castle," said Ben. "Yes, indeed," said Toby. "Ours is delivering pastures and goods for the preparations," said Toby. "Yes," said Henrietta. "That's why we're here too." "Has Molly arrived yet?" "No, she hasn't," said Bill. "Yes," said Ben. "But we're still waiting for her supplies and pastures." "Oh well," said Neville. "I'm sure she'll be here soon. Anyways, I'll leave these trucks for you two to shunt. See you guys later." And he puffed away. Meanwhile, Molly was just stopping at the last station picking up some more pastures for the castle. So Neville was passing by. "Oh, hey Molly, I thought you'd be at the castle by now." "No, I'm still taking pastures to the castle." "Why's that?" "Oh, because I already got my supplies there, and the castle angel are taking pastures around the castle to keep them entertainment for the show. While Toby's delivering pastures for Henrietta and some supplies, Bill and Ben are called to do some shunting up there." "Oh dear," said Molly, "I must have in my pastures. The factory will be disappointed." "Well, I don't know where Ivor will stay at Crum's Gate too long. He does have to leave soon." "Oh dear," said Molly, "I must go. Bye, Neville." And she rushed away. "I hope she doesn't get into a rush," said Neville, as he went out to finish his last few jobs. Back at the castle, so Toby was dropping off some more pastures and supplies while Bill and Ben were doing more shunting. Ben was just getting had a tanker and was just getting drinks out. So Bill was just shunting some more trucks into a siding when Molly raced in with the pastures. "Hello, Molly," said Toby. "You're in a hurry, aren't you?" "Sorry, Toby. Sorry, Bill and Ben. Can't stop. I have to go and collect supplies." "Are they still at James's station?" said Bill. "Well, you shouldn't really rush yourself," said Ben. "That doesn't sound like you two," said Toby. "Well, we don't have much tricks to do today, since with the show and all that," said Ben. "Yes," said Bill. "Oh, I see. Well, nice to hear that, you two. But I must go. Bye." And Molly raced off. Who bet she's going to have an accident?" said Bill. "Bill, I bet you're right," said Ben. "You and Toby?" "Oh, calm down, you two. I'm sure she'll be all right." Back at Crum's Gate, Ivor was just refilling water and coal. She was waiting for Molly to arrive to pick up her supplies, but she never turned up. "Oh dear," said Ivor. "If she doesn't turn up, me and Rachel have to go to the castle soon to see the show." They waited and waited, but Molly didn't turn up. "Oh dear," said Ivor. "I'm afraid we have to go, Rachel. Oh, Molly isn't turning up." "But what about her supplies?" said Rachel. "Don't worry. I'm sure she will collect them at some point." James will finishing his job soon. We don't want to miss the show now, do we?" "I guess not," said Rachel, as they puffed away. Meanwhile, Molly was still in a rush. "Well, I must take a shortcut," she said. Then she saw a little shortcut. I wonder," she said. "Maybe if I go down that track, I might get to Crum's Gate even faster," she replied. And with that, she raced down the line. The track was very old, and there was a lot of things in the way, but Molly just went faster down the old line, which was very old and hadn't been used in years. Must hurry," she replied, but then she started bouncing the The tracks were so old. But don't let the tracks stop you, she replied. Then there was trouble. There was a huge fallen tree in the way. It crushed onto the line, and the tree fell onto the line. It was broke. It only just broke now. My saw she applied the brakes, but it was too late. With that, she was stuck. Oh dear, she replied. I am stuck. Her driver tried to back her out, but the tree was still was stuck and they couldn't move. I bet a crane won't be able to get down this line, said the fireman. It might be too heavy for the wheel tracks. I'm afraid I have to sit here, said the driver. But wait for help. Back at Ulster Castle, Neville, Bill, and Ben were the only engines there. There was no sign of Molly and supplies. I think Toby's bringing his last ones here, said Ben. I said Bill. Well, true, said Neville. I saw her earlier on her passenger train. Did she even finish that? She did, said Bill. Yes, said Ben. No sign of her. Oh dear, said Neville. But I hope she's alright. Well, why do we need to send a search party? I don't know, said Neville, but she better be alright, I hope. Meanwhile, James puffed into Crone's gate. Looks like I have no more other jobs to do, he replied. Time to head out to Ulster Castle to see the show. But just as he was about to leave, he noticed something. That's strange, he said. That's Molly's goods train there. The supplies, he puffed. Just then, he heard a whistle. Oh, it was Phineas as he was passing by. He was on his way to Ulster Castle to see the show. Hello, James, he said. What are you standing there for? Hey, Phineas. I just noticed something. Look in the yard. Phineas looked. He was surprised. That's Molly's goods train, he said. What's it doing here? I have no idea, said James. But it looks like she didn't collect it. Well, said Phineas, what are we gonna do? I mean, maybe I can try and take it and search for her, said James. Good idea, Phineas, but you're gonna need more help. True, but all my friends might be at Ulster Castle by now. Well, why are you here, sir? Phineas. I was just picking up Fuzzy, said James. Why do you ask? Because if you're going out to look for Molly, I can come with you if you want, like if you have a flatbed. Good idea, Phineas. I did took Luke on a flatbed after all about 2 times, said James. So maybe I could bring you with me. Good idea, said Phineas. But would trains break down cranes in the yards? Of course they are. They're always there when I need them for emergency. Good, said Phineas. And maybe Fuzzy could be helpful, because maybe he could try use his nose to track down the smell or something, if that works. Good idea, said James. I'll go get things coupled up. As James went to sort things out. In no time at all, James was buffled up to Molly's train and with Phineas on the flatbed and Fuzzy in his cap. Woof, woof, replied Fuzzy, which meant he was ready to go. Right, said James. Off we go then. And with that, James, Fuzzy, and Phineas set off to look for Molly. Soon, James and Phineas came down to an old line. Said James. It looks like someone's been down this old line. You know what we're waiting for, said Phineas. Let's go down there. Better check, said James. And slowly and carefully, James pulled Phineas and Molly's train down the old line. The line was bumpy and rusty, but James kept on going slowly. She's gotta be down here somewhere, said Phineas. Probably, said James. I mean, this did kind of happen to Emily one time, and Neil had to rescue her. Just then, they they saw something in the distance. Hmm, said James. That looks like a tender, he said. I wonder is it Molly's? Just then a voice was heard. James, is that you? Said a voice. That sounds like Molly's voice, doesn't it? Said Reneus. Is that you two as well, Reneus? Said the voice again. Luckily, James had his light on, and so did Reneus. Look, it is Molly, said Reneus. Yes. And to their luck, it was the light. It was Molly, still stuck on the tree. Oh, thank goodness, help us here. Just then, Fuzzy walked up and was inspecting the damage. Oh, hello, little fella, she replied. Who are you? James chuckled. Oh, that's my driver's dog, Fuzzy. James explained how they met him and how he got sick, as well as helped him with some animal situations. Aw, that's sweet, said Molly. Well, thanks for inspecting the damage to the dog. Woof, woof, replied Fuzzy. But we need to get you out, said Reneus. Don't worry, I can do that, said James. He backed up Reneus in the train and uncoupled. Don't worry, Molly, I'll get you out. I am the second strongest member in the Formula members group after all, says Henry's the strongest. And with that, James was coupled up, his driver coupled him up, and he started pulling Molly. Oh, go steady, James, said Molly. Luckily, thanks to James, as well as the help from Fuzzy and Reneus, Molly was out of the tree. James's crew, Molly's crew, and Reneus' crew soon got the tree off the line by all working together. Phew, said Molly. Thank you for helping me, you two. Not a problem, said James. Yes, said Reneus. And thank you as well, Fuzzy. We better get to Otter Castle, said James. You're right, said Molly. With that, Molly was still coupled up in front of James, and James was coupled up back onto the train. With that, Molly and James decided to double head together as they both pulled the train together to Otter Castle. Soon they were on the hill to Otter Castle. I'll switch over to the other tracks, said Molly, as she switched over. Good, said James. Now we can both come in properly at the same time. Up at Otter Castle, so the castle rangers were in their sheds as Duncan, Scarlowy, Sahando, Luke, Peter, Sam, and Rusty were all in the distance. Papyrus was beside Rachel, Never beside Ivor, Toby had Neminetta, Bill and Ben, and Henry were there. When they heard whistles, hovering beside Toby was Molly. And hovering beside Henry was his best friend James, with Reneus and Molly's train. You made it, James, said Henry. We were starting to worry about you, said Papyrus. Where were you, said Rachel. They explained about the rescue mission. Ooh, it sounds some adventures, said Minetta. I wouldn't do something like that, said Toby. Well, it's good to hear you're right, Molly, said Never. Yes, said Ivor. That's why me and Rachel had to leave Chloe's gate when you weren't there. Oh, it reminds me of some old storytellers like those back in my days, said Stephen. Or even me, said Glenn, when I was left in those sightings all these years ago, and no one even helped me until Thomas and Percy did, thanks to Marion. All right, you two let's enjoy the show, said Emily. I suppose that's the reason why you weren't with us, Reneus. Aye, laddie, we were wondering where you were. But good to see you're all right, said Sahando. Yes, said Luke, and it seems I'm not the only engine to be on the flatbed with James. Well, don't forget, I was on that flatbed with Thomas when we had a day out. I think that's in the past, says Peter Sam. Aye, said Rusty. All the engines chuckled. Well, It's great to be here, said Serenaeus. Just then, the back controller and and the earth walked out. They heard James, Reneus, and Molly arriving. Bing, bing. Molly, said the back controller, oh, you caused great confusion and delay. You shouldn't really rush yourself. Sorry, sir. What's more important, said the earth, that you're safe. Thanks to James and Reneus, including Fuzzy. Indeed, said the back controller. James, Reneus, and Fuzzy were proud of you, Tree. Yes, said the other, and you managed to get the missing supplies here in time for the show. And, said the film controller, even though you didn't told us where you were, but you were brave enough to rescue Molly. James, Reneus, and Fuzzy were happy, and Molly was especially happy for her rescuers. Well, sounds like some adventure, wasn't it? Said Henry. Indeed it was, Hen, said James. Indeed it was. Now, said the fan controller, let's all enjoy the show. With that, the show began as all of the engines just watched it. That I think Molly has really learned her lesson, and I think James, Reneus, and Fuzzy were brave to go into the falls and rescue her. Definitely some brave heroes, weren't they? And I think Molly had learned her lesson about rushing herself. Don't you agree on that?